So, in this recording, I want to talk about where do we go from here. I think what makes sense with this project moving forward is to stick to the original vision, which is universal basic income. I think there are two different ways this can be done. One way is through a stable coin where each individual would get monthly UBI through a stable coin. The second way I think this could be done is monthly UBI through a dynamically priced token, sort of like how V1 of the token works. This creates two sets of problems that need to be solved in both scenarios. One of which is the onboarding process. There needs to be a way to validate and verify each individual. And WorldCoin is doing a centralized approach to this. They have their own like eye scanning system to verify each individual. Circle's UBI was doing a more decentralized approach. They were each individual needed three other already onboarded individuals to approve new individuals that were onboarded to the process. So there's like a centralized way and a decentralized way, and maybe there's a new way to do it that's possibly better than the two other ways that I've seen have been tried. Who knows? Maybe a centralized approach is better, kind of what WorldCoin is doing, or possibly a more decentralized approach is better, sort of like how Circle's UBI was doing. So, creates a number of questions that need to be answered, and this won't be solved overnight. Doing this would take some time and effort to complete it, but I think the end goal is worth it. If monthly UBI can be finished by someone or multiple groups, multiple different projects, I think that would be a benefit to most people. So where does the project go from here? I think it's really the next step in implementing UBI, and there are steps to make that happen. But what I'm curious about is other solutions to what's already been done out there. I think what the other projects are doing are good ideas, and it's interesting to see. Like, I believe WorldCoin has millions of people onboarded to their ID verification system, which is a cool idea. Now, I haven't read through like their whole documentation, but I was kind of looking at the roadmap, and they do have like UBI planned on the future, which is pretty cool. But there weren't a ton of specifics. It was like further down the roadmap, so there weren't a ton of specifics on how that's going to be done. But it's definitely interesting to see what they're doing. And I did check out some of their, like, they do have like an open source ID verification thing. So I guess one solution would be like you could use their ID verification system on chain, but I believe it's on their own separate chain. So then like the stablecoin would have to be on their world chain system. There might be some benefits to that, and there might be some benefits to having it be on other chains as well, like BSC, Ethereum, who knows, other chains could be possible too. So there's some pros and cons, I think, to integrating that approach. But I think there's a benefit as well to looking at other options and experimenting with other ideas to make this happen. And I don't know, it's exciting, like working on trying to make UBI a reality. And it would the way I'm trying to do. Okay, so that's like the onboarding process. That's like one problem that needs to be solved. The second issue is like, how do you fund it, right? Like if you have a stable coin and everyone is able to collect monthly universal basic income through a stable coin, how do you fund that? That's another issue that needs to be solved. And there's a couple different ways to do this. Like for version 1 of the token, there's like a flat 10% tax on transfer, and it's very simple, but it does work to some extent, and that can be decentralized. But I do think that is high in terms of just having it be a 10% tax for each time you transfer the token. Like I'm thinking if that was through a stable coin, and like so you send $1 and then 90 cents would get there, and then 10 cents would go to fund UBI, it might be a little bit too high. I think it would be limiting to mass adoption. So exploring other options that either have no tax on the token, either through a stable coin or a dynamically priced token, or a very low tax, would be best for mass adoption. And there's other ways to fund it. There's like tax to do it, there's inflation, there's other methods as well. And kind of I've been researching like other ways that projects have been doing it, and just like, I mean, you could just look at other examples out there and trying my own simulations on seeing other ways to fund it, but to build like a self-funded system for UBI through a stablecoin or through a dynamically priced token. And it's definitely a difficult problem to solve. But I think it's worth it. It's been exciting to work on this to try to make it a reality. And it's really cool to see other projects like WorldCoin with the success they've had. You know, it is cool to see that. And yeah, like I want UBI to be a reality, and it would be, opt in to people that want it, and to people that don't, they could just, ignore it. I think it would be cool that this exists. Yeah, and I think in the future it might be good to have more longer form, kind of in-depth videos like this. I think that the depth of what this project could be is I think it's a good idea to go more in depth into these things. And yeah, I'm interested in people's feedback too on some of the ideas I've said here, other people's ideas. I think this could be like a community thing. I think more ideas the better. And yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.